Cheese Grits and NyQuil, Western Massacre Locksport. And we had a good night. We had a really good night. Went to the casino tonight. I blew the doors off of them. And now I'm home. I'm going to do some lock picking practice. I'm really trying to get into this bilock. I have it scaled down again. So there's only one sidebar, only 6 pins, and I can't get into it. Like, it's really giving me a hard time. So I'm going to keep working on that. I'm going to do a couple warm up picks, and then I'm going to go into that one. Bear with me. Let me get my dog out of here. There's no food over there. Let's go. Come on. Come on. You're stupid. Beat it. So as much as I love Freckles, she's a knucklehead. Hello, everybody. Black Smoke Joe, Delbert, thank you for being here. As I said when I first introed this, I'm Cheese Grits and NyQuil. This is Western Massacre Locksport. And I kicked the shit out of MGM's casino tonight. Good vibes. So let's go ahead and ruin that with some picking. Let's turn this around. And typing is going to be slow tonight. Typing's always slow for me. I hope everybody's doing well. And I hope everybody is having a night similar to what I have had. Although my picking today has been atrocious. I did show and tell. I did hook up with Logic Wizard. I had purchased one of these Schlage Everest Primuses from him. I don't know, probably 2-3 weeks ago. And no keys. Pretty good deal on the lock. The whole package was decent price. I had Picksmith make me a control key and an operating key, and today with Logic Wizard I tore the lock apart and I re-finger pinned the bottom, because if you haven't seen these locks, there is a gnarly little sidebar thing going on here. Let's see if I can get some more light on this key. There's a gnarly little sidebar going on right here. Those finger pins operate independently of these pins, and they rotate. So I think it's each key cutter has their own, basically their own code for that. So I got the control key made, which I love this. I got the control key made. The fact that I was able to go in here and repair this whole thing and get it working, it was mind-blowing to me. And the operating key. There is, I think I took like 15 or 20 wafers out of this whole thing. It was a lot of master wafers. It was pretty crazy. But we are operating now. It is way more complex than I thought it was, and it is way less difficult than I thought it was going to be. Oh boy, I will have to watch you Mick Trick or Treat. It's got to be good if you're injured. I haven't even stuck a pick in here, so let's go ahead and stick a pick in here. And this is, as it sits, a brown belt lock. The pins in here are, yeah, the pins, the springs are quite stiff. The keyway is not too crazy. Like, you don't need to go around this warning. But in this warning is the the finger pins, so I don't even know how to begin with this, but we have it operating, and that's a good thing. So there's that. I haven't been able to pick anything today. I haven't really tried. I did play around with this, which is probably the easiest pick in the world, and I couldn't single pin it. So I failed on that. I failed on my pack lock. I didn't bother with the American 1100 because I'm just kind of having a rough day picking. But I had a fantastic pre-interview with Lockpicker 69 today. That was good. I don't think I picked a day. I have to pick a day to do the interview. But the pre-interview was great. Easy guy to talk to. I could have easily talked for hours, but I had to take my wife to work. I don't understand, like, what some days you're just like lockpicking like you God, and other days you can't open nothing. It doesn't make any sense to me. I haven't even touched a Dimple pick in a while. I should pick on those. I should try picking on these disc detainers too, but my priority is getting into this damn bilock, which is only one sidebar today. I can't get into that. I think I'm close. I thought I was close with the two sidebars, but I couldn't get into it. So obviously I'm not close. I have not a sponsored drink of the night made. I don't even have one in my fridge because I didn't go to the store. I came home and took care of the dogs. This lock should be open. However, it is not. And I guarantee you, like, picking it in hand's probably why. Top of the keyway for me in hand is really, really hard. There's no reason I'm not in this yet. Crazy. I'm in a false set. Everything should be rip raring to go. There's probably a spool hanging it up, and I can't find it because I can't feel. Got the wrong tensioner in there anyways. Let's go with the bottom of the keyway. I'm all discombobulated. So anyways, great day at the casino. I got a hand pay. Yeah, see, I can do it that way. I got a hand pay on a slot machine for $1,300, which that sucks because you pay taxes after $1,200. At least if that's going to happen, it should be, if you're going to get a hand pay, you want it to be worth it. But I tore another $2,000 off of the craps table, which is tax-free. That made me happy. It made me really happy. So I've had a good weekend. Okay, we're ready to move on. This thing is quickly becoming a nuisance. As cool as this lock is, I can't win with it. I only have the one sidebar in it, and that means there's 6 pins. It should be fairly easy to open, but for some reason, I don't know if I'm just not doing it right or if it's really that difficult. Shouldn't be this difficult, though. No, it's only half the fun because the bilock is only what is it? Uni-locked? Uno-locked? Uni-locked? Uni-locked. That would be it. It's uni-locked. And the way they say to do it is every time you hear a click, you do the clicky test. And you start over and you start over and you start over. And if you don't hear anything clicking, add more tension. That's what they say. And I don't feel like that's entirely true. How we doing, Chris? Good to see you. Doldrums. Tension Ann was giving up the ghost in that padlock. Yeah, probably. So if I can figure out how to get this sucker open in the current pinning state it is, then I will add the other sidebar and go at it. It is operational, so there's no reason I can't open it. I am wondering if it is the current situation on my picks, though. Like, the picks that I see people opening with are not the picks that I have. So, granted, the pick doesn't make the picker, but the shape of the pick matters. Let's try one of these guys. Okay, that immediately gave me some slack in the core. Okay. Everything is free from touching, so and I do know the first two here are relative, like one's a mid lift, one's a high lift. There's a relatively no touch, but they're mastered, so I don't remember if that one has a master in it or not. But that's the one that binds, so it can't be a no touch. Or can it? Could be. So let's try that with the no touch. Now that I'm thinking about it. And I dropped my pick. How's everybody's picking day been today? Anybody get into anything fun? Anybody open anything questionable? Anybody throw anything across the room? Sorry, I'm super quiet. I'm trying to listen to that clicky situation. There you go. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Definitely, please do so. Wow, I got quite a few people watching. That's cool. I am hoping to half pick this bilock because I do not have very good luck with this thing yet. I was able to pick it with 3 pens. That should not be as difficult as it was. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong with this lock. I don't know if these locks get overset with the master wafers and all that in there. It almost seems like this lock should never be overset. Should be able to just press it into play and go with it, but that's not the case. The Australian engineers that developed this are lunatics. This thing is amazing. I put out some inquiries today as well for a padlock body for my giveaway that I will be announcing at some point when we get closer to the realization of it. But there is a giveaway in thought, and it is coming at some point. If we can get this channel to 500, the giveaway will start, and I will be giving away an amazing painted padlock. I'm not sure which lock yet. I do have some inquiries out with some companies. I am hoping Padlock contributes a beautiful brass pack lock. That would be phenomenal. And once that gets painted, it will be bananas. Let's see here. Chuck Soup, thank you for quarterbacking. I appreciate that. I can't really see the screen too well while I'm picking, but I did see that. And we are struggle bussing already. This pin here doesn't want to budge. This pin, there we go. This little piggy went to the market, and this little piggy went home. This is an amazing lock. That's all I can say. This is an amazing lock. I was not really prepared for what was actually going on inside that lock. If you had, like, those of you that don't take locks apart, that is not for the weak-hearted. I am glad that I did it, though, and I'm very thankful that Logic Wizard helped me out with it, because without him, I would have had a giant paperweight for sure. Pin number 2, go home. Check the other side. Even though there's no sidebar, there should be no pins to interact with. Yeah, they got this would be that, I think. It is a nice lock. And it would paint really nice too. But I'm hoping that Packlock decides to jump in. They've got one, because my plan is I'm gonna get another one of these gnarly cores, and my plan is to use one of these Schlage Primus Everest lock cores in the giveaway lock, which makes it a very formidable lock to pick, as well as it's going to be absolutely gorgeous when Mr. Leahy is done with it. If not damn near impossible to pick. But it's going to be a beautiful collector's piece. That's all I can say about that. Come on. I know Elroy's Toys got a couple of these pack locks ordered up. They're coming his way. I'm quite jealous. I would like to try and pick some other buy locks. Pack locks on my mind. So I'd like to pick some other buy locks to see if it's just this one. I almost want to send this out to somebody I know that can pick them and have them confirm that it is entirely pickable and it's just skill. I'm not at this point yet, because if I'm wasting my time on a lock that can't pick, that would suck. I don't want to go back down to 3 pins in it. I want to stay at least at half a buy lock. Come on. Come on, you hoser. Go home. All right. We are going to drop the pins. And it's not like pin and tumble where you hear, brrr. There is a little bit of clicking of stuff, but you don't hear it quite so much. I don't know if I need to add more tension or less tension. That is really the question. Yes, the key does work. Hey, it's Mr. Vertical Feed again. How you doing, Rusty? The Rust the Spoon. The key does work, so I'm not sure. And the funny thing is, if I get it open in this pinning configuration, I'm going to be extremely happy with myself, even though it's really a pointless open. I want to get it open. Like, this is starting to get ridiculous. If I got to go down to 1 pin to get it open, I frickin' will. Sit there and pick 1 pin over and over and over. I might actually have to do that, although as embarrassing as that is, this lock is crazy. Teeny tiny progress is still progress. Yes, progress is progress. In my world, progress is everything. I don't need perfection. I don't need double black belt locks open yet. What I do need is progress. Yeah, Archibald Kenobi, Lock Jedi, baby. Hashtag Archibald Kenobi. It's funny, I was spelling his name with 2 L's because when I did his AI thing, AI would not spell his name correctly. No matter what I put in there, it would only do his name with 2 L's. So I went with the 2 L's, but Archibald with 1 L is really how it should be spelled. Archibald Kenobi. Help me, Archibald Kenobi. I can feel tension release in this core as I do stuff, but I can't seem to get it to do what it's supposed to do. I think maybe I need to push straight up instead of rocking the pick. I don't know. There's a lot of things I think I need to do. None of them seem to work, so. Yeah. So has everybody entered in these Halloween giveaways yet? I know Greyhound's got one going on. I know Rock Out With Your Lockout has one going on. And of course, Mountain Mick has one going on. And Skip, Mr. Skip also has a giveaway going on. He's giving away one of these awesome little lock vices, which I will be donating mine to Steve Leahy if I win it. Because he does not have a vice and he has started picking. He's managed to get into one of the locks I sent him, which is to be expected. He should be able to get into some of them. It doesn't matter if he single pens or he rakes. I mean, I raked and zipped for years and years before I started single penning. So just opening locks is opening locks. That's at his stage of the game. That's what matters. There's a good click. Is that the one I needed? Or did I just overset the whole thing? That's what I don't understand. Do these overset or do they not? Because there's really there's no pens to pinch. So if you push past the mechanism, will it go back down? Or if you actually get the sidebar into the pin, will it hold it there? And then that's that? Like, I don't know. Nobody has like discussed that on any videos, so I'm trying to get it figured out. People pick these, and people have picked them recently, so the fact that I'm doing it with one sidebar is kind of embarrassing to say the least. I should, at my level, be able to get this picked. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong, and that is the inherent problem. And I feel like we're one pin away from this actually opening, if I can find it. Yeah, cutaway versions for 200 bones. Is that out of the question? Not after the ass kicking I put on the casino, it's not. But I don't even know where to get one of those. I literally ran out of there tonight. I was like, I got to go home. I need to leave this place. That's how you win. You leave. Those of you that don't gamble, good for you. Those of you that do gamble, that's how you win gambling. It is almost never that I walk into a casino and lose my money. I usually double, triple, or even quadruple my money in minutes after walking through the door. You gotta leave. Don't be greedy. Security snobs on. I will have to. If you could send that link to me on Discord or the name at least, I will. Because I don't know if I will remember that later. And I mean, I could stop what I'm doing and write it down. That would be the responsible thing. Instead of asking somebody to go out of their way to... All right, come on, you stupid bylock. Open up. Wow. Numb hands. Get some circulation back in them. Clean up some of your mess here. Make everything look a little more appropriate, like a professional works here, instead of like a ding-dong. I do not get the problem. There's no weird security feature that I need to bypass or press or activate. It's just sidebar. I can see that sidebar right there. The other one does not have the sidebar. It's been removed. So opening this, in theory, should be not a problem. Camp bottom of the keyway tension. Let's go for some ergo turning. Maybe just different hand placement will help me a little bit. We'll go with lighter tension too. I know the locks that I've seen opened and the people picking them talk about heavy tension on these, but I don't think I need it because I can't bully my way into it. The one pin that is a no lift is binded. And and I've already, if they overset, then I am already overset on that, which I am not sure how to defeat that. I heard it drop. Those are fine. I don't get a clicky on that pin. It gives me a large snap when I push it, which suggests that should be set. Pin 1. Nope. I'm not getting a click on it. It feels binded. Let's switch to a half diamond and hopefully that will work. Pin 2 is a max lift. I do know that. I don't think that's max though. And it is the other pins are now binding again. Okay. This is the one lock I really want to learn how to pick. Funny, we don't use them here in the States anywhere that I have ever seen. No reason to pick it aside from it is the coolest mechanism ever. And that reminds me, don't pick locks that are in use, guys. It's a good way to get yourself in trouble. And don't talk about it on LPU. It's a good way to get yourself banned. I almost want to take a look at the pins again and just see what the masteries are. I do have an image of what it looks like, what those pins are gated with, which I should print that out so that I can see it, and give me more of an idea of how to actually get this thing to operate the way it should. Anybody watching, do you know anything about these? Do they overset and lock up? If you set the pin like at the right height and the sidebar gate, the sidebar pin goes into the pin, does it stay? Does it hold the pin at that level? Because I find that happening too, and I don't know if that's set or overset. Big click as they drop. Casey, how are you? Glad you're here. Thanks for popping in. All right. Bylock, you're chapping my ass. I have a lot of, we're going to try rotating the other direction, actually. I have a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. Speaking of which, I need to get this challenge lock finished and in the mail. This is going to labs. This thing is cool as hell. I definitely want to make it glow, and not with spray paint. So we'll see how that works out. I can't make any promises, but I'm gonna try. Let's try to rotate this way. Yeah, I saw that. We were at like 130 at one point. I was, whoa. I hope some of them decide to stick around. 144. I got 4 thumbs though. Go ahead, double click that screen, please. Couple of likes go a long way for me. You can even thumbs down it. That's fine with me too, because I'm going to keep doing it whether you like it or not. But it'd be cool to have you around participating and getting involved, guys. Again, if I get to 500 subscribers, I have an amazing collector's piece going to be given away. I'm waiting to finalize all the details on that, but there is a brass lock going to be airbrushed and hand painted by the master himself, Steve Leahy. And I am attempting to put another one of these Schlage Primus Everest cores in it. So whoever wins it will get an amazing collector's piece of art and a lock that is about as tough as it gets. After changing the key out today, I realized just how cool those locks are. Nothing binding there. Yeah, I am going wrong horribly somewhere on these locks. And I wish somebody would slap me with a shovel and correct it. Because there's no reason, no acceptable reason, that I can't pick half of a bilock. Archibald Kenobi in the house. One of these days, Archibald's going to do his own special. Might even get him a cod piece to wear. And everybody can feast their eyes on the Archibald. All right. I keep looking at it to see if I can find any visible signs of rotation, and I cannot. So I don't know why I keep... I love those Archibald photos. Thank you, Casey. Love you. That goes so far you don't even understand. Appreciate it. All right, and holy smokes, Locke. There is no reason you're not opening. All right, I am going to stop complaining about it. Stretch my hands again. And let's take a break from that. I don't understand why. It is operational. Let's take a look at the... That really, the sidebars don't really move that much. So that's super crazy. Let's take a shot at... Let's go big or go home, since we haven't done any dimple picking in a while. Let's take a shot at this DeGuard. 5-pin and pin interactive key. I got the other one open. In fact, the other one opened quite nicely. I haven't opened it in a week or so, but this one I can't get open. So let's take a shot at this one. I don't even think I've tried to pick one of these since I got the Delta 44. I was watching a video on this get picked earlier today, and I'm not sure, like, there's like all sorts of different stuff going on in this that I don't know if I'm ready to handle. This, I believe, is a brown belt lock. But when I saw it get picked on YouTube, I don't remember who the picker was, and I'd never heard of them. I was highly impressed with their knowledge of the lock, which I think the knowledge of what we're picking comes into play like insanely at this level. But I feel like what they were talking about went way over my head, so I need to watch it a few more times and come back to it, I think. I have just gotten a couple of light core rotations in here. I probably need to set another outside pin before I go after these inside pins. This lock was sent to me by Spicy Nug. Thank you. Ooh, we got a little bit of release of tension. Could have just been my tensioner slipping, but okay. I do know I'm waiting on a package to show up. Hopefully it shows up tomorrow with some pins for this one, the multi-lock interactive. I picked this. I picked this with I think 3 pins in it, just to progressive it, and 2 of the standard pin and pin in here just blew apart. The pins fell out, the springs blew out of it. And I can't like ruin, like that lock is on loan. I have to replace that. So I ordered some pins for it. But I found out that that one itself is not a purple belt lock. It needs to have 4 spools, or in the case of this one, 4 mushrooms, because it's got 2 mushrooms, and the mushrooms are considered like spools. Nate Sofla, what's going on? Whatever happened to Dallas? The last time I looked up from the craps table, Dallas was getting hammered. And the 2 of the dealers were wearing Dallas jerseys, and I felt bad for them. Parlays are nice, though, if you can hit those. Get that money. Those of you that are not subscribed, please subscribe, like, and share my channel. It goes a long ways for me. I don't do much. I pick locks, and I enjoy the chit-chat and the interaction. Wow, I just dropped all those pens. I enjoy the chit-chat and the interaction with you guys, so feel free, get involved, harass me, don't harass me. Either way is fine, but your involvement would be greatly appreciated. Your like and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. If and when we get to 500, there will be another giveaway. My last one was a great success. Great success. I was very pleased with how that one worked out. And we will have an even better one. Okay. These are definitely spools. And I get no counter rotation on it, which I'm not sure if that's how it should be. Maybe they're just set. But I'm hearing stuff happening. I'm feeling stuff happening in here, so we're on the right track. Looking for that beautiful deep falset. Let's see if we can prod in here and get something out of these back pins without oversetting them. I recently seen Steve's Lock Picking. Is it Steve's Lock Shop? Steve's Lock Picking. He picked one of these gnarly pin and pins with a short hook. I think it was a Jimmy Long short hook, but he did it with that. So if he can do it with that, I can do it with a Dimple flag. But it would be cool to do it with a Jimmy Longs because I love Jimmy Longs. G. Keeman, what's going on, buddy? What are spools? You know what spools are. Spools are beautiful. Oh. Okay, back in with the Dimple flag. Hear all the popping, all the signs of progress, but I don't feel it yet. Pin 3 is fighting me pretty good. Doesn't want to let me under it. Spools are definitely the only barbells I want to pick up, especially nowadays. There we go. I got a little bit of core rotation on pin 2. Felt the pressure shift in it. Let's take another crack at pin 3. That's way too thick to be shoving under there. This is also way too thick to shove in there, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't know what you are, but I'm going to lick you anyway. All right. And it's funny, I'm looking at the line and I don't see it, but I have felt lots of changes in the core movement. There's a little bit of one right there. Very slight core rotation. And, well, I just had like, my heart started beating weird. I think we're going to get in here. That would make me really, really happy. Double Chevron, what's going on? How are you? We are picking Dimple locks right now. I got a DeGuard Interactive 5-pin and pin, 4-spool key and knob cylinder that I'm working on. This one gives me a hard time. Everything that I picked recently is giving me a hard time, so I'm hoping to get into this tonight. I was trying to get into this one, and this one said, oh, hell no. So I put it aside and moved on, as you have to do sometimes. Okay. Now I probably should spend a little time in the back. There we go. Something moved. Hoping that was pin 5. Always hit it from the back. Always hit it from the back. Makes everybody happy. However, it does not seem to play nice right now. Don't get stuck on me. Do not get stuck. Too late. Damn it. Yeah, buddy. All right. Let's try a different approach. 32, 40. Where's my 50? There's my 50. Come on. Here we go. Little tiny bit of core rotation, which I wasn't able to see the first time around, which this shouldn't be such an issue. Although this particular one has not played nice with me since I got it. I'm hoping that Trump stops with these tariffs pretty soon, because I would like to order some more multi-picks from Multi-Pick. And I don't want the Trump editions because they're expensive. And I would like to order some of these locks from Australia. And they're already expensive as well. There we go, a little bit of progress. I felt it move. That one's probably just horribly overset. That would suck. Skip he's doing a handcuff pick right now. He just released it. He sent me some shims, which somebody suggested that they are handcuff shims. And they may be right. I've never tried to pick shim or pick cuffs. I got a set. I gotta dig them out. Got a really nice set. And they're used by the local law enforcement around here. So I can't imagine they're shimmable, but they might be. And if they are, that would be quite fun. I don't want these. That's not what I want to be using. I want these guys. That's what I want. And I get it stuck instantly. Yeah, buddy. That's not what you want to do. Yeah, you aren't kidding. All right. This is not working out. Damn it. I know every time I try to pick this, I know Spicy Nug laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs. Laughs and laughs and laughs. And now that I got my pick stuck in the hole, he's probably laughing even harder. There we go. Yeah, no, that's a multi-pick. It's just not a multi-pick handle. That's a pin vise handle because the multi-pick handles are too expensive. And I'd like to get some multi-pick handles. I'd like to get some multi-picks. I did order some through Lockpicker's Bench, but I would like more, and I would like them to not be $200 and some. I find that ludicrous for lockpicks. Don't care how well made they are. Okay. It's always the tip. The tip always gets stuck. It is wild that they cost so much. It is absolutely wild that they cost so much because there's not much to them. There's really not that much machining going on with them. I'm pretty sure they probably run them on a CNC lathe. So, like, I mean, really, the computer just does all the work. It's not like they're using steel that was bestowed upon them by aliens or anything. Like, it's crazy. Come on. Come on. Reminds me of that song from the Apex Twins, Come to Daddy. And if you guys like that kind of music, there's a version of it with Mike Patton singing with Dillinger Escape Plan. And it is absolutely bonkers. If you like that kind of music. If you don't, it's going to be quite noisy. You are in for a bad time. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Making cheese grits look bad. Oh, all them pins dropped. All them tangs just dropped. There we go. Kind of back home. That is not the full set I am looking for, but it is better than what I had. Maybe it's the full set I'm looking for. We'll know if it opens. And, okay, we're going further. Still not a very deep full set. I'm assuming pin 1 is already set. Hand's starting to cramp. We're getting there though. Yeah, I've got, I don't know, I got about $75 worth of disc detainer picks. I've never been able to open a single one of them. I haven't put that much time into them either, but it's coming at some point. I would like to get into my bilock first, at least at the purple belt level. That is my main focus for the next 2 months, is completing my purple belt, as well as getting these 2 challenge locks that I have sitting here completed and back into circulation, and there's another one coming from the maker of this nightmare right here, Mr. Elroy's Toys. If you guys don't know this guy, consider yourself fortunate, because this man's making some evil stuff. Either that or he just told it to be mean to me, one or the other. Holy smokes. This pin here needs to go. Come on, go. Stop dropping everything else and go. Pin 1 is not a spool, I don't think. The rest of them are. But I could be wrong there too. Because I literally feel no spoolish type feedback in these locks. Everybody says there's so much feedback. No, you're not. In fact, there's zero feedback. Doesn't say anything about counter rotation or maybe I'm just putting too much thumb on it. Oh, let them hands relax. As Tara Fawn would say, hand health is real. Take care of your hands. And I have a tendency to agree with that. Take care of your hands. Don't let them cramp up. Okay, we're going to try a different tensioning method with a different tensioner and see where we get with that. Maybe I got too much torque using that other method. Uh-oh. And we're stuck. Come on. Let's not do that. Why is this a thing with Dimple locks? Is my flag just too small and I need a bigger flag? Is that what that's saying to me? Besides, you're stupid? That really sucks. That one straight, maybe that'll work. Nothing worse when these get stuck and you can't get them out. Yeah, that's also an issue. But this is a pretty small pick tip, so it shouldn't really be. There we go, we got some movement. am definitely stuck in the pin and pin situation here. There we go. Yeah, it was caught in the pin. Let's rectify that if we can. This one's a little bit bigger. This one's a little bit bigger. I did like how it felt with this bat wing. I don't like these tensioners usually. I don't use them much, but we're going to give them another chance. There's no reason Multi-Pick would be putting them in if they don't work, right? Like, it's a good company. They know what they're doing. And same with the top of the keyway tensioning. I didn't like that for the longest time either because it was uncomfortable. But it's very quickly become my go-to in the last 2 months is top of keyway. I still don't like the top of keyway in hand, but that has been my go-to for tensioning. There we go. Oh, we got a little bit of rotation. I don't care how chunky that sounds. That's fine with me. Be chunky. Snap, crackle, pop all you want. Just keep rotating. Okay. Okay, you can stay down there. We'll use this pick. This is the one that keeps getting stuck, so that's probably not the smartest idea ever. This is the pick I picked the other one with, though. This is the one that got me into the Canard 5-pin. This is the one that got me into the 4-pin. And we got more core rotation. I'm waiting on some snowmans to show up because supposedly those are really good to slide under the pins and kind of sweep back and forth with to try and get some of these lower sets. All right, come on. And I just watched that get stuck. I could see it enter the hole and get stuck. There we go. Oh, don't start moving around on me, Mr. Lock. All right. I don't know. Again, what I am doing wrong, but these handful of locks that I have not been able to pick, I am doing something horribly wrong with them. Because they just won't yield. I feel like people have put super glue on them and sent them to me, even though they work at the keys. Okay, a little bit of core rotation there. And feels like pin 4 doesn't want to let me under it. Probably should back off the tension a little bit and see if it'll cooperate then. Come on. All right, I don't think I am going to continue to run into walls on this. It is starting to get late here. I just wanted to do some picking practice and was a little bored, so I went live again. Tomorrow is Monday night. We have Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Stephen Leahy Art. Live feed. Got to be there to make a suggestion. You don't have to be there to win. You make a suggestion this week, and you are entered in a drawing for a amazing painting next week. It is a great live. It's a great live feed, and it's very active group, especially with beautiful art. So I highly suggest everybody checks that out on Monday nights. And then Tuesday night, it will be live from Western Massacre. It's Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. I appreciate everybody that comes by, and I appreciate everybody that has come by tonight. This has not been a very good night picking. Not even a little bit. I am rather bummed out, actually, that I haven't made any more progress on some of these more difficult locks, and that I'm seemingly going backwards on some of the ones that I can pick. This one here, I can pick this quick. Nope, not lately. American 1100, not lately. Let's actually try this one, because this one I've picked numerous times, and I've picked it once very quickly. Let's see if we can at least save a little bit of face and get that sucker open. This is a purple belt lock. It is 4 spools, 1 non-spool, and I actually like picking this lock quite a bit when it picks. It is not necessarily the easiest lock to pick, but it's a lot easier than the one that I just failed on for however long I failed on that. I already further along in this lock than I was in that lock. I do like picking this lock. The feedback in this lock is actually wonderful once you get to that point. I don't know what the actual bidding on this thing looks like. I couldn't tell you from picking it either what it looks like, but I do like picking this lock. I just felt the spool go home, come back through and poke some of these smaller pins. Got a little tightness in the very back of this. It's always tight in the back. But I don't get much feedback back there. Get a lot of sass, but not much feedback back there. Ooh, okay, hand is sore. Let it rest for a second. Yeah, I'm sure I did learn something from picking that other lock. I learned I can't pick it. That's what I learned. There's definitely a oversetting going on in that lock. I just got to figure out where and how to avoid that. There's also the big clockwise tension versus counterclockwise tension debate. I prefer clockwise. It does not in any way, shape, manner, or form mean that that is the correct way to do this. It's just what comes natural to me is to turn it that way. Come on, go home. There's probably one pin keeping it from going to the false set. And I got to figure out where that is. This lock gives me less, I was going to say less stuck pick problems, but I just got the pick stuck. So with that being said, let's get a second pick stuck in it. That's what we're going to do. Oh no, Pac-Man, smoking crack is bad. Why are we doing this? All right. There we go. Another pick. You're staying down there. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with going at things and losing. I keep preaching that that's the best way to learn, although I don't feel like I'm learning much lately. And I need to reevaluate my process as well as what I'm trying to accomplish. Back of the lock. Let's go. Let's go. I have a very slight full set. That's a good thing. I'm going to grab the other direction and see if we can catch these back pins and get them up. They don't want to seemingly participate. Okay, we're at the back. Feeling around for those pins. Pretty sure I'm okay as far as the outer pins, and I just need to start poking the inner pins. Pretty sure. These are fun locks to pick. I have not picked a non-pin and pin Dimple lock yet. I've only picked pin and pin, so I can't really compare them. But these are fun when you get into them. When you can't get into them, they're just frustrating, as what is happening right now. So we are going to try for another couple minutes, and then I am going to put it away and call it a feed. I thank everybody for being here. I thank Chuck Soup for playing quarterback. Very, very cool, especially since I didn't plan on doing this. It just that's just what happens with me. I just go live, and no rhyme or reason to it. I look and see if anybody I'm following is live, and if nobody's on I go. But it will be on Tuesday for sure. Come on. Tuesday for sure will happen. All right, I am done farting around in this lock for the night. And all the pins just dropped. Such a sad night. Zero accomplishments. The Guard 5 Pen and Pen Interactive wins. Cheese Grit 0, DeGuard 2. I've got one of these I need to pick. This one here doesn't need to be shimmed, supposedly. However, I can't pick it. I can't seem to get it to do what it needs to do. I get a lot of popping and cracking in it, but I don't seem to get any picking in it. Let's take a minute with that, just in case it decides it wants to play. It's been a while since I've stuck a pick in one of these quick set smart keys. It is operational. Got a shallow hook. We need a 50,000th turner. It is on the bench here somewhere. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, what's going on, Labs? How are you, buddy? I walked away from the craps table at the perfect time. I gamble enough that I know. I know what happens if you don't leave. Like I said, those of you that gamble, you got to leave. Like, it doesn't matter if you're ready to leave or not. If you don't leave, they are going to take everything you brought in there. And they're not going to feel bad about it either. That is the reality of gambling. The casino don't care about your bills. It don't care about your kids. It don't care about your school loans. It only cares about taking money. So when you find yourself in the position where you have won what, if you've doubled your money that you brought, if you only brought $50, you might be done gambling in 3 or 4 spends. If you are at 100, that's now your stop loss. You don't go below 100. You've doubled your money. You need to get out of there at that point. If you are a more aggressive gambler and you bring $200-300 and you multiply that by 10, get out. Don't like, it happens fast. So don't even play around. Like, just leave. Yeah, craps is without a doubt the best game in the house. And I'm one of those people that built a throwing table, and I controlled throwing, and I believe in all of that. My table's actually at a coworker's house because I set up my war room in the craps room. This channel at one time was throwing craps. I don't do that anymore because I live 10 minutes from the casino and I just go to the casino. But I can't stress it enough. If you're there to have fun and you are there to just kind of fart around and whatever happens, happens, only bring what you're comfortable giving them. If you are a more aggressive gambler and you are willing to take a risk, don't bring any more than you're willing to give them. And for the love of God, if you plan on doing it more often than once in a while, double your money, and that is your stop loss. Do not go below that. Leave. You can stick around and go get a free cheeseburger or whatever it is you want to do. Watch other people gamble, but stop gambling once you double your money. If you're in the middle of a hot session, go to the end of it. Give it another small tally-ho one more time afterwards and call it quits. If you catch 2 runs, awesome. Give it one more small tally-ho and get out of there. But do not give them back that money because they are going to take it. All right, this is a Gen 1, and I get nothing from it. Pretty sure it's a Gen 1. Those of you that know about these, those of you that are actually active right now that know about these things, take a look at this, please. This should be a Gen 1, I think. I could be very, very wrong. It is a roundish sidebar. Pull the housing too. This needs to come out, I need to slide this out as well. Is that what I'm getting here? Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure this is Gen 1 or Gen 2. Where is my... Here's my gut tool. All right. This should not be too hard because I've had it off a few times. I'm just never sure how to go about attacking these things. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Do I need? No, I don't need a plug follower, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do I need the key in it? That's probably a good idea, yeah? Yeah, do need the key. So it's got a little plastic piece here, and that's the sidebar. Yeah, take a look at that file, please and thank you. Pretty sure this is Gen 1 or Gen 2. Okay, sorry, I was putting it away. Yeah, it should be a 1, so it should be, it's either a 1 or a 2. Either way, it doesn't matter. It should be tensionable and just pickable, but I don't get, I everything is bound up. Nothing wants to pick. So, I don't know. It's weird. I spent a long time picking this and got nowhere with it. It's quite frustrating. It seems to be the case with everything lately. Make sure it is still operational. Yep. I got my little doodads. Put these guys back while I'm knocking them around. Maybe I want to go bottom of the keyway tension with them. Is that a thing? 40 thousandths is too, no, 40 thousandths fits? Yeah, it fits. So we'll try. And we will give it a little bit of a chance. Yeah, I knew this was Gen 1 or Gen 2. But it doesn't want to cooperate the way everybody else's that picks these cooperates. This one does not. Right in the sliders for sure. Yeah, if you watch these, everybody seems to just boom, 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 and they're in. I don't get that kind of behavior out of these. I don't get anything to set. I don't get anything to snap, crackle, or pop. So that suggests either people aren't actually picking these or there's something else to it. And they are only a purple belt, so they're not really that difficult to picks. I'm all right, buddy. I'm actually really good. I'm having a shitty night picking, but I'm really good. I had a great night in the casino. So that happened. Yeah, Gen 3, sorry, Gen 1 smart key, and everything says you can just tension them and go. That is not the case here. They tension, sure. That they do. But they don't pick. Oh, we got a little bit of core rotation there, actually. So maybe I should shut my pie hole and pick. Everything is like super tight. Nothing seems to want to move. This tensioner is the ergo turners from Covert Instruments. They are good tensioners, really good tensioners. They kind of come in and go out of being my favorites. Right there with the Reapers, I go back and forth between them. I tried to get some Jimmy Long's wiper insert style turners, but I couldn't justify $6 in shipping for $8 in wiper turners. And I did ask him about throwing a stamp on him, and he's a businessman. I get it. He's got his thing that he's got to do, so I don't blame him. It would have been nice, though. Saw something just flick out of this lock. That can't be good. And yeah, it's rock solid in here. So I feel like people that are picking these are full of shit. Because I don't even have that much tension on here, and it's... Maybe I need a ton of tension. No, that's not the case either. They just don't pick like they say they pick, or either that or this is not the generation I think it is, but it sure as hell looks like it. Yeah, I like these turners quite a bit. All right. Don't make no sense. They make it look easy. It is not so easy. It is actually the furthest thing from easy. And it's not that I'm putting too much tension, because there's really little to no tension on it. And this thing doesn't have very crazy key setting either. Is that it? Or did I just slip off it? A lot of noise, but no progress. I'm just going back and forth. There we go. Maybe? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but going back and forth was not the answer. So I am going to call it at this. 2 hours of straight failure on numerous projects here. Not a good Not a good night for the cheese grits. That is okay. You know what I've learned? I've learned I can't pick this, even if it's a uni lock. I've learned I can't pick this, even if it's Gen 1. I've learned I can't pick my 5-pin and pin to guard that I picked. I learned I can't pick the other one. What else can I pick? I certainly can't pick this. This has been beating me up for 2 weeks. But I did get this fixed. I got this running. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen to date in lockpicking. The inside of this Primus Schlage Everest is out of hand. I rekeyed it today. Both keys work. That was a fun adventure. And again, I want to say thank you to Picksmith for helping me get these rekeyed, and thank you to Logic Wizard for helping me do the actual rekeying. I watched a video on it, was overwhelmed, and I did it with Logic today, and it wasn't that bad. So, yeah, buddy. Everybody have a good night. Please like, subscribe, share, and thank you all for coming. We will see you Tuesday night